Here we are with another Friday Night Live, October 14th, 2022. Another beautiful day in the Greater Teal. Another Friday Night Live. Oh, let me shut that sound off. Hope everybody's doing freaking amazing in this wonderful, beautiful life experience with challenges that we all encounter and experience, of course. Well, how could we know the beauty without the other side? You know, life is wonderfully mysterious, and let's make the best of it as best we possibly can. You know, when we're not in good health, it's not fun, is it? For any of you that are in that state where a lot of pain, misery, suffering, emotional challenges, they all go hand in hand. So when you're in that place, it could be a very dark place, you know, especially if we're on certain isolates, which open us up to allow all these negative energies, we'll call them, to come in and start demanding things of us, and we start to believe it's our own thing, our own thinking, our own mind. You know, a lot of people don't want to look at that side of things, but everything is energy. We come from energy, we return to energy, we are energy, which is all light. Everything comes from the light, the darkness and the light. Can't have one without the other. And there has to be that balance so that we can move forth and function in a higher order plane. There has to be always a balance to be maintained. As soon as the balance starts going off, higher order, the program of higher order will always bring it back and keep the balance. You know, we are such intelligent beings that we know better, and we have it all figured out. So we will do things to abominations to the plan of higher order, and then we expect why do we expect anything but disaster to take place? And what we see, you know, so many things around the planet happening, you know, killing each other and plundering the planet and so on and so forth. So, you know, cause and effect. We can't escape that. Cause and effect. For every action, there's an equal reaction. And it's basic, simple law. The laws of free energy. There's nothing free. There's an exchange. And in that exchange, there's the cause and effect. So when we're eating something, there's going to be a cause and effect of that action, putting the food in our mouth. Well, firstly, there's the thought that we're hungry or we're not hungry. We want to eat for emotional numbness. We put the food in our mouth, we chew it, we swallow it, and the body starts dealing with it through the fields, interactions, and many, many things happen depending on the environment that's within our physicality and our mental and emotional state. That food material stuff that we ingest will react according to all those infinite scenarios of environments. And science believes they have it figured out. I don't know how, because there's infinite possibilities in every single moment of time of those actions. There's infinite possibilities. So yeah, this diet's going to fix you, that diet's going to fix you. Okay. We've been down those roads, and only to find when you're been down the road for a while, it's not what these people are talking about. It's not what science is talking about. It's not happening because they're only looking at very small windows, and we cannot possibly look at the whole picture. So when we go inwards, we are connected with all one. We're connected with the divine source, which we don't have to know anything. We just go inwards and allow the process to take place. Put ourselves in the blueprint state where the soul can work. The divine works through the soul. Of course, it's always the work of the divine. The divine works through the soul, and it can make us, it's not make us, sorry, it could reestablish the balance, moving in the direction of balance, and that's what that's the state we want to be in for the most part. We want to be in the state that is moving in the direction of balance. And the only state that I found from my experiences is the fasting state. And what is a fasting state? Well, some people define the fasting state many various things. Some people define the fasting state with eating. Some people define the fasting state with drinking. And some people define the fasting state with prayer. Some people define the fasting state with many other scenarios, and all of the above mixed all in one. But the true fasting state is what? Is no consumption of material things. And if we put ourselves in a meditative prayer state, even better. That would be a truer form of the fasting state. We're doing no thing. And in that no thing state is where everything happens, because we're connected with the divine source. If we have the intent and emotion to be in that state, to be in a fasting state, there has to be some inclination of the higher order, unless someone is all into the mammon, the complete materialism of things. And you know what happens with that. You're going to be limited to what can happen there. So if anybody's out there, Rana says hello to everybody. Now's the time. Ask your questions, suggestions, inspirations, or share some wonderful things that you've gone through, or some challenges you may have. As we say, is the good, the bad, the ugly, but it's all beautiful. It's all beautiful when we are in the state of allowing, the state of the process of the art of subtraction. We choose to allow to the higher order to do its thing, because we can't absolutely not have any part of that magic. We can only support the process. When we have a cut, are we, if we put stitches on and we bandage it all up, are we doing the healing? We can only support the healing. If a big, really bad cut, you want to support that, or you bleed to death. So when we're in a fasting state, because of the lifestyles that man, which includes woman, that mankind has been living for, who knows, millennia, so far away from the balanced state of divine order, we have brought ourselves into a very, very obstructive state, right? Very, very obstructive. And it's not easy to just, put ourselves in a fast and everything is hunky-dory and all is well. We're going to go through challenges. And the challenges we've seen everything under the sun, pretty much, but it's impossible to see everything, but we've seen a lot. Let's put it that way. It's impossible to see everything. And from, our own experiences and many, many thousands of other people who've shared their experience, we've seen a lot. So, there's very few things that I have not experienced myself that many others have shared through fasting so many times in all these years, and eating the many different diet stunts that I went through and so on and so forth. Clean, minimal eating is always the best choice. It's not the choice that we're always going to make. So we have to be responsible for our choices. If we choose more obstructive things, well, cause and effect, we go back to cause and effect. So we can't expect, certain things to take place because of the laws of cause and effect, unless we are in a divine state where we can instantly change matter. I haven't seen anybody do that. Christ was able to do that. Moses was able to do that. A few of the prophets were able to do that. Change matter. You just look at the stories, whether you want to believe them or not. It's up to you. Having a belief in the divine is only going to benefit. There's no negative side effects from it. If you look at the blue zones, we go back to the blue zones. And religious belief in God, they all have that strong family unit. They all have that connection with nature. They all have that. Simple things. Just go back into the divine blueprint, the way this physicality is supposed to function. When we work with that and support that, we're going to see much more beneficial things than when we go against it and experience the not pleasant things. But yeah, it's interesting. That's for sure. Hope everybody's doing wonderful and great and enjoying their fasting lifestyle, because it is lifestyle. For those who have never fasted, it's very, very difficult to comprehend fasting as a lifestyle. And even for people who have fasted a little bit here and there, it's very, very difficult for people to comprehend as fasting is the lifestyle. For some reason, when I picked up Arnold Harris' book and read it, I go, fasting is a lifestyle. Right away, I just knew it was a lifestyle and I never let it go. Going on to almost 33 years later, and we go in cycles. We're always in a fast and say, like I said, there's never a day that goes by I don't think about fasting. There's never a day whether I'm fasting or not, but living a fasting lifestyle. Even if we're not fasting, we're living a fasting lifestyle. We're taking breaks here and there, and we have to be in a place where emotionally we can be loving it. Because if we're not loving it, we're not going to be living it. So in order to live it and love it, we have to love it. We have to love what we're doing. We have to love every aspect of it. There's going to be scenarios and times where we're going to go through challenges, and it's not going to be honky-dory, it's not going to be fun, but we can still love it. We can still love it, even if we're going through massive healing reactions. Thank you, Divine Lord God, for allowing me to go through this experience, because I know I will come out stronger. And we do. We do. Every fast we come out stronger. Isn't that amazing? How forgiving is divine order, is the divine creator. How forgiving is the divine creator. Interesting. We look back at our lives and all the things we do, and there's always room for forgiveness. No matter what we do, there's always room for forgiveness. There's going to be the price of cause and effect. You can't escape that, but there's always room for forgiveness, and we will all work it out in time, once we leave the physicality and reunite with the Divine One. So many levels of places to experience. We all will choose our own paths, because we have free will. That's one thing that we have, is the free will, which allows us to make choices, whether they are, divine and correct or not. There's no real in between. It's either divine and correct or it's not. How can it be? Oh, it's a little bit off, but I'm going in the right direction. Yeah, we can believe that, but at the end, if the planets said, "Oh, I'm going to just go a little bit off course," what's going to happen? It's going to be chaos. It can't be a little bit off course. They're precise. Everything. The orbits are precise. Find the atom. The atom has the same orbits as the planetary system. Same principles of creation apply throughout all creation, from the atom as the smallest thing we know, to the grandest things. And I believe the infinite, it goes in all directions, outwards and inwards. So there's the atom is as far as we can see physically in material plane with our microscopes and everything else that we use, but it's not the end, the smallest, because that direction is infinite as well, from my understanding. I may be wrong. Hello, Marco. I may be wrong, but one day we will all be connected and go back home. I say, we're going to return back home, our real home. This temporary plane is just a theater. We're just actors, and wearing these spacesuits. So they will come where we can return and reconnect. All the energies of all the ancestors and so on and so forth, and all the friends, and it's just amazing. How can we comprehend that in this material plane? Very difficult in the material, with the material mind. We are being tested. Yep, that's for sure. We are being tested. Isn't that interesting? Everything we do is it's a test. And are we going to pass? Are we going to fail? Are we going to, we have to redo it? The time that doesn't exist will tell. Because the only time is now. In this realm, we use time, but there is no time. Everything has happened simultaneously at the same time, past, present, and future. We can't comprehend that in this plane. It's impossible. I don't believe we can. And nothing's impossible, but I don't believe we have the capability in this plane, in the material plane. Maybe there were and are some people who can experience all that. I don't know. Who's to say? You know, we know nothing to very little, and the little we know, we've done amazing things. You know, Master Fast Protocol. The little we know, we've done amazing things to be able to help the body reverse bombardments and assaults that we put it through for decades. In some instances, you know, we put physicality, the mental, emotional, we put it through bombardments of assaults over and over and over again for decades, and it still functions miraculously until the day comes where it ceases to function. Or it starts giving many challenges of its function, and then we have to say, I need help. But the only help that we can give it is have the faith and the trust and the belief in the same process as the physicality was created. Same process can be healed. Same process, divine soul, material creation. Divine soul reestablish the direction of balance, and you see the body starts healing in all forms, in all levels. All the mirrors of truth come to the surface. We witness them, embrace them, and let them go. And it's a beautiful place. So if there's not any questions, we'll call it a night. And we thank everybody in the MFS realm. Keep the plasma love always flowing. Let's keep filling up the plasma, the Master Fast plasma bank with our intent and emotion. It's in the ether. There's no physicality to it. We just put our intent and emotion at 432 every day at AM or PM, and just put our intent, make a deposit, a plaf. That's all you need to do. 9 seconds, good time. Spend 9 seconds every day at 432 and make a deposit so that many other souls can benefit that are in the weakened state, and they can draw without knowing it. The higher field strength will just go to where it's needed most. Isn't that amazing? So thank you so much. Have yourselves a wonderful evening, morning, or day, wherever you are. And we'll see you back on the page. Next call will be Wednesday, Facebook Live. Ciao for now.